Researching the music magazine industry. Music magazines dedicate themselves to the music industry. They deliver this through including many things in the magazines, such as music news, interviews, photo shoots, concert reviews, and occasionally have a cover mount with recorded music to promote an artist. A conglomerate is a big company that is made up of subsidiaries. These are big companies that make a lot of money and a lot of profit. Examples of conglomerates are Bauer Media or IPC Media. An independent company is a company who work for themselves and do not have any subsidiaries. These companies don't tend to make much profit and are funded by advertisers. An example of an independent company is Future Publishing plc. Advertisers. Adverts fund every magazine on the market, and in the mainstream magazines this can cost a lot of money. These are the advert rates for Kerrang magazine found in their media pack. Advertisers mainly target the age group 16 to 24 because this audience has the most disposable income. They get spending money and can spend it on whatever they want, therefore they have the most money to spend on the advertiser's products. Yen Ang created the theory imaginary entity. Media companies create an ideal audience member or an imaginary entity that they target all their products towards. This entity is thought through immensely, down to their clothing habits, favorite food, drink, perfume, etc. Here is the imaginary entity that Kerrang have created. As we can see, he has a name, an age, and a lot of detail about his lifestyle. Readership is the collective amount of people who read the magazine, so this could mean that more than one person reads one copy, opposed to circulation, which is how many people have actually bought the magazine and how many copies have been sold. Therefore, readership is always going to be bigger than circulation. ABC, or Audit Bureau of Circulations, are an auditing company. They are non-profitable and offer the service to media companies to oversee their data, such as circulation, readership, and audience information, and provide them with a certificate to show these figures, which the magazine can then show to their advertisers and put in their media packs. Bauer started off as a German publishing house. They then created Bauer Media, which is a subsidiary of Bauer. Bauer Media then not only published magazines but also owned radio stations as well as other media platforms. This is called cross-media ownership. Bauer owned magazines such as Kerrang, Q, which are both music magazines, and Heat, which is a lifestyle magazine, as well as many others. Their main subgenre is music. Kerrang costs £2.20 and Q costs £3.99. Here is some information about the target audiences of Q and Kerrang. We can see from these that the Q reader is mostly male dominated, and the highest age range is 15 to 24. Similarly, in Kerrang, the gender ratio is more male dominated, and the target age range here is still 15 to 24, as that has the most percent. Bauer cater for the mainstream audiences because this is what makes the most money. Q is quite alternative and Kerrang is debatably mainstream. However, there is a growing demand for those genres of music, especially in younger generations, and we can see from the data in their media packs of these magazines that their audiences are certainly not small or niche, as Q have a circulation of 61,000 and Kerrang 38,000, with a similar readership between each one. IPC Media is another conglomerate company that dominate the UK magazine sales along with Bauer. They produce the music magazines NME and Uncut, as well as many other genres of magazines such as fashion and home, which are their main subgenres of magazine. NME costs £2.40 and Uncut costs £4.80. Here is some information about the target audiences of NME and Uncut. Similarly to Kerrang and Q, they are both male-dominated readerships. IPC Media cater for a mainstream audience because they have a large circulation and readership. Uncut has an even bigger readership than Kerrang. Music is always going to have a mainstream audience because no matter what genre, almost everyone likes music. Future Publishing plc is an independent company who own music magazines such as Metal Hammer and Classic Rock. They are mainly known for their how-to and niche magazines which cater to a very specific audience, for example Digital Camera and Cycling Plus. Metal Hammer costs £3.99 and Classic Rock costs £5.50. This was taken from Kerrang's ABC certificate. This was taken from Kerrang's media pack. It shows their mean age of 25, their ABC1 profile of 48%, and their high circulation figures. This was taken from NME's ABC certificate. And here are their key stats. From all of these media packs, we can see that the very common age of magazines is 25, and that almost all magazines are male dominated in gender ratio. This was taken from Q's ABC certificate. Unlike NME and Kerrang, Q have a median age of 32. Again, they have a male dominated ratio in gender, but again have a high readership and circulation. All three of these magazines cater for a mainstream audience. Synergy. Synergy is when companies advertise their brand or product over different media platforms. For example, Kerrang, owned by Bauer, have cross-media ownership. So Kerrang is not just a magazine, it is a radio station and a television channel as well. These media platforms can be used to promote each other across different media, so it will reach a larger audience. This is called cross-advertising or synergy. Many companies do this as it is one of the cheapest ways to easily advertise themselves.